Hello everyone, it's Brittany, and today I'm going to be answering your questions about deciding, choosing, claiming, declaring, being, and then the biggest one of all, how to handle and deal with the 3D. So, firstly, I want to say if you are looking at the 3D as anything that you have to deal with or handle or figure out, I want to remind you of what the 3D really is. So, 3D is you. You are the 3D. You are reality. Remember, you're everything. You're absolutely everything. And when I tell you guys that nothing is actually happening out there, I'm very serious. It's not just something that I say to make it sound cool. Like, really, nothing is happening out there. So, if you think about the 3D and what you are experiencing that's seemingly out there, I want you guys to think of it like this. So, when you're watching a movie on a movie screen, you are never going to change the screen, the actual screen. You change what you put into the player or the projector, and then on the screen that never changes, it shows something different based off of what you've put into that projection. So in the same way, that is what the 3D is. It is literally just you, but you can look at it as a screen of you, a screen where everything is displayed. The contents of your consciousness are displayed out there. But truly, nothing is out there. So when we talk about, I want to experience it in the 3D. I want to have the physical experience. I don't just want to experience it within. I don't just want to imagine it. I want it for real. I need you guys to understand that everything is imagination. The 3D is imagination. Your five senses are your little headset that you wear in your virtual reality game. We've talked about it before. So if you know anything about virtual reality, you have this headset on where you could just be sitting in your room by yourself, right? On your bed with no one else there. And you put the headset on and you're in, Aruba and you're on the beach, or maybe you're in an area where some scary things are happening and there's monsters and there's ghosts and there's guys that you have to fight, whatever type of movie or game you choose for yourself is what will be experienced by you. But you always want to come back to the remembering that none of this is actually separately taking place outside of me. This is all just a display of everything that I have existing within my awareness, my consciousness. So please understand that it's not your job to ignore the 3D. Why would you need to ignore something that is just you? There's nothing to ignore. And in fact, when you try to ignore it, you can't do it anyway. So all you're doing is creating resistance to it. And then that's going to keep you stuck because you're trying to fight against something that doesn't need to be fought against. Okay. So we're going to get more into that in a moment, but I want to go back to this decision. Okay. So a lot of you guys that I've spoken to will say things like, how do I know if I've decided? How do I decide? And I get it. Because as humans, we want to literally complicate everything. That's the way it is. That's how we function. We like to put in effort and hard work, and we want to be very strict, and we want to do everything step by step by the book, exactly the way it's supposed to be. But there is none of that. There is no step by step. There is no, you have to do it this way and only this way. Guys, this is your personal world. It is all you here. Everything is a form of you. So when I say decide, well, how do you decide anything, really? How do you decide that you're going to go to the gym today? How do you decide that you want to make a cup of coffee? How do you decide that it's time for a vacation? You literally have the desire pop up into your mind, and then you decide to accept it. That's it. That's all that I'm talking about when I tell you guys to just decide. So again, when you make this decision, I want you to be doing it from the understanding that you are already everything. You're all things. So let's say you have a desire for a complete different career change, okay? A completely different career. You have a desire for that. And the moment you have that desire, it is already yours. You know, we've talked about this before, but it's already yours. Why? Because it's already who you are. So in that, you want to remember, oh, well, I already am this person because I'm all things, right? You're just choosing which part of yourself you want to experience in this 3D projection, right? So you choose by recognizing that you are already it. You're not becoming it. You're not trying to bring it into your experience. You are already it. And I want to remind you guys that your five senses are not to be relied on whatsoever. And why that is because your five senses follow your awareness. They are the last thing to fall into place. And your senses are very limited, right? I've spoken about this. Your senses are so limited that they can only perceive what you have already been aware of. But there's so much there. There's infinity there. So it's not that you are trying to bring something into your experience or attract it. You are literally making the invisible visible. You are allowing what has always been there to appear by becoming aware of it first. Okay? So when you guys tell me, I've been doing this for so many years and nothing's changing. Well, how do you expect your five senses to show you anything more but the fact that, yes, you're right, you've been doing this for so many years and nothing's changing? That's how it works. That's how it works. So if you keep going at this from the awareness of being the person that has been trying and efforting and doing everything right, but nothing is working, well, unfortunately, that's all you're going to be able to perceive with your five senses, because this is how it works. So please, if you're in a place where you say, I've been doing this for X amount of time and nothing has happened, recognize that in order for you to see what you want to see or to experience what you want to experience, you cannot be that. You cannot be in that awareness. You have to be the person that knows that even if my five senses aren't showing it to me right now, that means nothing. That doesn't mean anything. I get to choose who I am. I'm the only one here who does. My awareness is my superpower, and I am that superpower. So if I want to see something different, I have to choose to look at it differently. Remember, your perception is going to be your experience. Your experience is going to be what you experience. And that might sound weird, but remember, if you are reality itself, if you are walking through your world every single day in this identity of somebody who is still not seeing what they want, still struggling, still unhappy with their life, waiting and wondering when this stuff is going to happen for them, well, that's all the 3D can show you. That's all it can show you, because it can only show you who you are being. So now I want to get into being. And I think a lot of people are so confused about this. And I've worked with so many of you who will say things like, oh, I do my best to be it. But, you know, a lot of times these thoughts come up and I just can't get them to go away. Or, you know, I try to be the person that loves their life and that's happy, but most of the time I'm not feeling that way. I'm feeling unsatisfied. I'm not feeling happy. Okay, I totally understand that. And that is not what being is. That's not what being is. Being, again, goes right back to this choice, this decision that I am choosing to be aware of the fact that simply because I say so. This is who I am. I don't need to have specific thoughts. I don't need to feel any certain way. And I don't need to do anything different. I don't need to see anything different in order for me to decide that this is now who I am and to continue to be aware of that decision. That is all you need to do to be it. Okay? The thoughts, the feelings, the actions, the things that you see in the 3D world all happen automatically on their own. But they cannot happen if you keep jumping in and out of, I've decided, oh, I don't know if I've done it right. Maybe I'm not doing enough. Maybe I need to, affirm certain things. Maybe I need to feel differently. That's not the person that has decided and knows that it's done. And guys, even when I say no, I'm not asking you to pull from some sort of definition of, well, I don't know it for sure because I can't see it and I don't have proof of it, so I don't know. Knowing is also a choice. It's a choice. All of these things are choices, guys. There's no requirement to know something. There's no requirement to believe something. There's no requirement to expect something. It's a choice. It's your decision. So when you, again, understand and you're coming from this foundational understanding that you are all things, why are you waiting on something to validate that for you? Why are you waiting for someone or something to tell you that this is okay to do? You're the only one here. So who are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? It's all up to you, okay? So with that being said, talking more about the 3D, people are always asking me, and this is big, and I'm sure I've mentioned this to you guys many, many times, but I want to do it again. I want to remind you. So I have a lot of people that will ask me, here's the thing, when I decide that I am now this person that's living the life of my dreams, for example, well, my thoughts really start to come in and they start to overwhelm me. And then I start to feel really bad and I start to feel fear and anxiousness. And the more I try to tell myself I'm this person, the more my thoughts and my feelings contradict that. So I don't know how I'm going to do this. I don't know how I'm going to be this person if my thoughts are just coming in like this in such an opposing way. Well, guys, that is great. That's great news. I know most people think that that's bad. A lot of people will say, it feels like I'm not doing the right thing because I shouldn't be having these thoughts. I shouldn't be feeling this way. If I were this person, I would be feeling happy. If I were this person, I would be thinking X, Y, and Z. Well, first of all, not true, really not true. Think about everything that you have right now, and especially things that maybe you used to really, really want, but now that you have them, it's just pretty normal. It's just a part of your everyday. And in fact, you might not even be so thrilled with it most of the time. It's just something else that's a part of you. You're not excited about it all the time. You're not just crying tears of joy every single day because you have this thing or you're experiencing this thing. As soon as you accept the fact that you have it, that desiring feeling, that overwhelming sense of, happiness and joy and excitement is going to be neutralized. And that is a good thing. There's nothing wrong with that. So I don't want you guys to think that I'm saying you're not grateful and you just take advantage of the things that you have. That's not what I mean. What I'm saying is, no matter how amazing it might seem right now, when you have it and it becomes your new normal, it's neutralized. It just is. So again, going back to that idea, how do you know what kind of thoughts and feelings you'll be having every single day? You don't. Think about what you feel and think right now. Even though you might have amazing things to be grateful for in your life, that still doesn't dictate you having perfect, beautiful thoughts all the time or feeling absolutely satisfied in every moment, right? So in the same way, stop relying on your thoughts and feelings to be perfect before you can choose this. Secondly, when you do decide this new identity for yourself and you choose and make that decision, your thoughts and your feelings are going to amp up. And really, the reason why this is happening is because your mind is wanting to keep you in your comfort zone. That's its function. That's its job. It's to keep you safe. But we don't really need that. We don't need to be kept safe because we are perfectly safe. This is all our world. So there's nothing that can hurt us here, truly. But when we look at this as, oh no, this is an indication that I'm doing something wrong because I'm having all of these, contradicting thoughts and feelings. No, in fact, it's a good thing. Why? Because those thoughts and those feelings have to come in to die out. And the way that you allow them to die out is allowing them all to be there. It's not fighting against the thoughts. It's not flipping the thoughts. It's not constantly having to tell yourself over and over and over again, no, this is who I am. No, this is who I am. No, this is who I am. I mean, you've made the decision already. You don't have to fight against your thoughts, and they're not even yours. They're not even your thoughts. They're thoughts of the one divine mind. They're thoughts of the collective consciousness. They are just thoughts. And based off of how you view them is how you will experience them. But I would prefer that you guys just across the board recognize thoughts are literally just choices for me to choose from. They don't mean anything unless I say that they do. So I don't have to fight against my thoughts. I don't have to do anything with my thoughts. I let them come in. If I'm noticing them and I'm finding myself dwelling in them, I'll just recognize that they have nothing to do with me, that's not my choice. I've already chosen who I am. I've already decided. So I don't have to keep going back and forth with this thing. Okay? So again, it's good. It's good when your thoughts come in that way because they are coming in so that they can die out, right? And in order to experience your new identity, you have to let the old one die out. You cannot, as Neville says, serve two masters. You can't be two opposing identities. That doesn't work in the 3D world. Again, you are all identities. So yes, you are the you that is happily married, and you are the you that will be single for the rest of their lives. You're both of those things simultaneously. But in this experience, you cannot identify with both of those things. The one that you dominantly identify with is the one that's going to be expressed, be experienced, be solidified in your physical world. Okay? So going back to that, when I said, who are you being? Again, it's just a choice. It's, are you aware that you say you're this person or are you not? Those are the only two options, okay? But when you're having those opposing thoughts and feelings, again, you just let them be. Let them be there. Feel into them if you need to. It's okay. It's okay to feel sad. It's okay to feel scared. It's okay to be frustrated. Let the emotions be processed and then let them go. The only thing that is problematic is holding on to those emotions. And when you try to resist them, you're holding on to them. So please allow yourself to process those emotions and then move forward. Move forward. Okay? So again, if you guys are looking at this whole 3D experience as something that you just have to deal with and, oh gosh, I need things to be different and I can't wait till they are. Well, if that's the way that you're looking at your life, then the 3D is just going to give you more and more of that. You have to choose to be that person now. You have to choose to look at things from that perspective. So yes, your only requirement is your awareness of being. But if you're walking around all day from this perspective of somebody who is miserable and can't stand their experience and wants to do anything in their power to get away from it, well, that's not you being the person that's aware of your decision. Because if you're aware of your decision, you know that it's done and that it's unfolding right now as we speak and that everything is happening right now. Just because your five senses aren't allowing you to see it doesn't mean it's not happening. And remember, guys, if you are everything, you're the source of everything, which you are. It's not a question. Because you are everything, because you are the source of all things, guess what? When you look out and you see something unfavorable, well, the opposite of that is also there. Everything exists within it because you're all things. So if you look at your bank account and you see, oh my gosh, I have a negative balance right now. Well, okay, feel what you need to feel, but then recognize that if I can perceive a negative balance right now, I can also recognize that a balance of hundreds of thousands of dollars are also here right now. I'm just not allowing my senses to pick up on that because my awareness is of the negative balance. So you're just shifting in that perspective in that moment. Okay? So remember, if one thing is here, if you can see one thing, that means everything is here. You're just choosing in which form you want to experience it by becoming aware of it. Okay? So to kind of wrap everything up, a decision is simply just a choice. You make the decision and then you accept it. Number two, being is literally just a choice as well. There's no requirement. You are choosing to now be that person and you're walking through the world knowing that that is who you are simply because you say so and that's it. And that's the only requirement. And you know that everything else will fall into place automatically for you. You're not handling or dealing with the 3D. It is you. So start looking at things as amazing. Start looking at things as perfect. Start looking at things as exactly what you want them to be. Regardless of what you think the 3D is showing you, it doesn't matter because remember, there's nothing actually happening out there and everything is neutral. So if you say everything is amazing, everything's working out exactly the way that I want it to, even if you're perceiving with your five senses something that you don't prefer, it's okay. It's not you asking for more of unpreferable things. That's not what's happening. Remember, if there's nothing objectively there, all you're doing is using your perception to perceive things as your ideal. And that will produce more experiences that you would deem ideal for yourself. Okay? So when I tell you to look at your life as amazing and satisfying and perfect, it's not you trying to pretend that you don't see the circumstances. It's you choosing to perceive from an identity of somebody who does live this kind of life, who does see their life as amazing and incredible and satisfying, because there's nothing objectively out there in the first place. So if you keep buying into what you see out there, you're just creating a cycle of more unpreferable things for you to experience. But if you recognize you're the one who must see things differently, you're the one who must perceive things in a different way, then why are you waiting for anything? Why? And I want to give you guys one more analogy because I think a lot of people feel a little bit confused about, well, if I'm saying I'm this person now, how do I live in the 3D world when nothing looks different? Like, do I keep telling myself that I'm experiencing something that I'm not experiencing? Like, that feels crazy. That feels delusional. No, I'm not telling you to do that. You can absolutely if you want to and it feels good, but I'm not telling you that that's what you have to do. So when you order something, let's say you are getting something custom made for you. I'm going to go with a handbag, okay? And for the guys, whatever, use your own idea, okay? So let's say you ordered a custom handbag and like you placed the order was confirmed, you made that payment, and you're just getting excited because you know it's yours, it's coming. So because you've already ordered it, because you've already paid for it, there's nothing to worry about. Now, you might get impatient from time to time, sure, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But you quickly shift back into, well, I'm really excited for when I do have it. This is gonna be awesome. Like, what outfit am I gonna wear this with for the first time? Where am I gonna go? You know, how am I gonna do my makeup? How am I gonna do my hair? Ooh, I'm so excited. I can't wait to use this. This is awesome. Do you see how that's completely different from, oh my God, I really hope it comes. I really hope they don't lose it. I hope the guy who's driving the truck delivering it to me doesn't drop it off of his truck. You know, oh no, it's raining outside. How's that going to affect my package? How's it going to affect my handbag? Oh shoot, it's Saturday. Maybe are they going to stop? Are they going to stop? Are they going to send it to me? What's going to go on? Like, guys, none of that stuff affects any of this. But if you keep focusing on that as if it is a problem, then yes, it will be. Because again, the 3D is just showing you and agreeing with you in every way who you're being. So again, go back to getting excited. Like I said, you don't have to convince yourself, oh, I just had an amazing time with SP tonight. We had a great dinner and we went to a movie after and it was beautiful. Again, you can do that if you want to, if it feels good. But if you are that person who doesn't feel good doing that, that's fine. But you can say, ooh, I wonder what movie we're going to see first together. I wonder what the first date we're going to go on is going to be like, you know? Ooh, I'm so excited. I'm looking forward to this. Again, that's implying that you know it's already a done deal and you're just getting excited for that physical experience, but it is already yours. So you can be in that awareness as well. So again, I am this person right now and I'm going to walk through the world seeing myself as that person, or I've decided it, I've already chosen it for myself, therefore it's done, and I'm going to walk through the world knowing that it's done, and there's nothing for me to make it happen. There's nothing for me to do to make it happen. And so I'm just looking forward to all of the experiences. I'm looking forward to all of the beautiful and amazing ways that this unfolds right in front of me. Whew. Okay, guys, that was a lot. I talked a lot. But I know that this is like a really big thing for a lot of you guys, and it just causes a lot of confusion. I know there's so many different opinions out there. And guys, I want to bring it back to the truth of who you are. Remember, you're in charge here. So if you want to follow a certain step-by-step process to get what you want, then you can do that. You can absolutely do that, you know? But if you want to just choose and decide and get excited because you know it's yours now, you can do that as well. The point is, you are reality itself. So what you choose is the way that you will experience it. How you decide that this works for you is how you will experience it. So do whatever you guys want to do, but I want you to understand it's not what you do. It's how you perceive things. It's what you say you are. It's how you say things go. That will be your experience. Okay, guys, I hope that this video was helpful for some of you. I am sure that it will be. Please leave any questions about this below. I want to make sure I answered as much as I could on this particular topic. And yeah, of course, continue to send different requests and topics of what you want. I know you guys want a revision and lots of other things that I'm going to be filming. So don't worry, I'm getting to all of those things. Thank you guys. Thank you for being here with me, and I will see you soon.